Hello there and welcome to this week's video in which I'm making my interpretation of a little critter from the 1986 movie Critters. And he turned out a pretty cute critter, so let's go see how I made him. So to start the projects, I need to mix up some clay basically in a colour that's going to work for my little critter. So I'm going to be working with the Critters movie poster actually, so it's going to be in sort of blue tones because the actual critters themselves are in brown tones, but if you know me, I'm a sucker for a blue tone, so yeah, working with the movie poster for my inspiration here. So I'm going to start with the legs. Whenever I'm making a sculpture of a character from a film, I usually give you some facts about the movie or the character or the actor along the way. In all honesty, even though I've seen this film, I absolutely can't remember it at all. Must be about 20 years since I've seen it and I just have no recollection, so it feels like a bit almost disingenuous to be talking about the movie when, you know, I just can't remember it really. So I think I'm just going to have a chat about some of the stuff today instead. But if you remember Critters, or any of the Critters movies actually, because I think there's 5 in the franchise, by all means let me know what your thoughts are. But I just wanted to make a monster this week. You know, it's something different from my usual kind of sculptures really. And I really enjoyed making the creature from the Black Lagoon a few weeks ago. So yeah, that's the reason why basically. So firstly this week I'm going to talk about something a little negative, but basically if you're not a YouTube creator you probably aren't aware that this kind of stuff goes on because it's just bizarre, but occasionally I will get one of my videos stolen and then the person who steals it will then upload it to their own channel, which honestly I'm absolutely gobsmacked anybody would have the cheek to do it, really. The latest one stolen this week was one of my flower tutorials and I just don't understand it. Why would you do that? Thankfully YouTube have some really great tools. Firstly, to be able to track stolen material across the platform, and secondly they've got really great procedures in place where they'll take down that video very quickly once you instruct them to. So you know, it's not all bad, so I'm just really grateful that those tools exist, but I honestly cannot believe the cheek of some people. You know, it takes at least 2 days, and I mean 2 whole days for me to make a video, and that's only talking about, you know, fairly quick tutorials. Process videos such as these take about 4 days usually, because obviously I have to make the model and that takes a significant amount of time, but video editing takes forever as well. So yeah, they're stealing a whole process there that takes forever to do basically. So I just wanted to talk about it in brief really, because I suspect a few folks who are watching this video are video creators themselves, so I suggest you go and take a look at the copyright section on the YouTube studio and see if anybody's stolen your work basically, because that material needs to be removed. And now the builders across the rows have started work for the day, so apologies for any background noise now. So something else that I wanted to talk about was sculptures that I'm planning to make, or at least a few of them, and that's for the Halloween season. And I've been thinking about which movies that I want to work with, and the one that I've wanted to work with for a few years now, and I always put it off basically, is Rosemary's Baby. I really love the film, and it's really unfortunate that the film has the director that it does, so that's what's been putting me off. But I've been kind of researching different people's opinions on, you know, what to do in that situation when you really enjoy a piece of work, but you know, you're not a fan of the director or, you know, the creator of the work. And I think some folks suggested a way around that is to, you know, make a promise to yourself that you won't consume any other of their content or material, but just keep it to the pieces that you've enjoyed so far, really, because obviously you weren't aware of anything at that point. So I've been thinking maybe I will work with a sculpture of Rosemary's Baby, probably Mia Farrow. But I remember somebody some years ago now suggested the Minnie Castavets character, who I would really love to do actually, so I might get around to that this year, I'm not sure. But I just love the 60s styling in the film, I love the theme, I think it just really works. And gosh, it's always a tricky one, isn't it, that kind of dilemma, do you kind of work with something or not really? But I'd love to hear your thoughts on the situation too, really. So now I'm just going to attach his face. And I just need to kind of work around with my ball tool here just to try and attach it better, really. Just need to be careful that it doesn't fall off during baking, really, so hopefully he'll stick together quite well. And I really like how this graduation of colour is coming together on the back of the model now. So I'll just keep adding loads of hair. So another thing that I wanted to talk about was this week I've started on a new personal project, and I won't say too much about it because I don't want kind of any pressure really. I want to kind of, you know, work away in the background on something, and to be honest, I'm so super excited about it. It's the first time in a long time that I've not worked with any sort of pop culture theme, specifically around kind of movie posters or, you know, characters from films or TV shows or pop stars, etc. And I just wanted to put it out there really because I think if you ever get stuck in a creative rut, it's really difficult to know where to go really sometimes, because, you know, we're all artists, aren't we? Well, I suspect that most folks that are watching are creative themselves. So yeah, if you're stuck, just start on something new that's really different to what you've done before, and you might get a bit of a spark again, because I'm just waking up really excited in the mornings and just want to get stuck into this project. So yeah, it's been a long time since I felt like that. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know really, go and start on something completely new, and yeah, it might give you a bit of a buzz really. And here he is, all done, and I'm pretty pleased with this actually. It's a pretty different make for me, very different kind of sculpturally to how I'd usually make a model, so you know, it's always a bit of a gamble as to how it will turn out. And while I think about it, I forgot to mention that his teeth are actually glow-in-the-dark Fimo clay. So here they are, glowing in the dark. Give it a like if you got this far, and I'll see you next time.